So good morning. Thank you for being here today, and I hope it was not too difficult with the strike. Sounds like it's a hard one today, so really big thanks for making it possible to be here. And I hope your friends and colleagues will be able to join you as well. So today, I'm very pleased to be here and join Bloomberg. Why? Because we talk about the theme of tomorrow sooner than we think, and indeed, when we think about our tech vision, all the time we say it's a vision, but in fact it's happening today. So every year we talk about the latest tech vision. Last year we talked about the era of intelligent enterprise. And if you look from what happened from last year to this year, we saw, and I guess you will agree, we saw a massive shift to the cloud. The biggest operator makes like $17 billion every year just on the cloud. So it's like nothing. It's becoming big. Quantum computing, we heard it yesterday, it's real. In the pharma industry, they start to use it to accelerate the molecule move to production. Equifax this year, lost about 140 million identity, so risk is there. And we remember in particular, when you know Hanson Robotics, you know that robots, looks like a woman, Sophia, and she has been the first robot in the world who got a state identity with Saudi Arabia. So sounds like the beginning of a wave where we're going to have to live with. So this year, we wanted to touch the tech vision and try to do it differently. Why? Because we've been using PowerPoint a lot of time. We are all on your phone. Some of you are on it right now, touching it. And I don't know whether you know how many times you touch your phone every day. Do you have a clue about the number? Anyone? 1,000? Yeah. It's about 2,617 times as an average. But if we are teenager or we are a bit geek like some of us are, it's about 4,000. So it's like everywhere. So what if we try to present what we see as a vision, but leveraging our phone? So I would like to get the help of Marco Tempest, who is working with me together. And we would like to do this presentation using this phone. So we're going to stop using this, and we're going to move to the phone. But for sure, there will be other PowerPoint later, but we thought we'd try it this way. So let's see what's in the tech vision this year.
This year is about unleashing your intelligent enterprise. Business, people, and technology are more closely connected than ever before. Trust, transparency, partnerships, powered by technology, are the essential ingredients which unleash the intelligent enterprise.
So, unleashing the power of intelligent enterprise, that's the theme. And what do we mean is that technology is embedded in our life. It's not something apart, it's embedded in us. And every relationship is based on trust. So it's all about all the opportunity for growth as a company, as an individual, but as well all the new responsibility that we have as leader, and we're going to cover some of them now and later today. So we have 5 trends this year, and I would like to go through them. Let's start with the first one now.
Citizen AI, raising AI to benefit business and society. As artificial intelligence grows in its capabilities and its impact on people's lives, businesses must move to raise their AIs to act as responsible, productive members of society.
Citizen AI. So we heard about it yesterday. We believe it's maturing. It become a core capability. So it's not a side. It's part of every business, or needs to be part of every business. So if we look to some examples, you will see that in all examples, we have now to think about how we're going to teach AI. Just like what you do with your kids, if you have any. I try to do it to myself. Not easy, but we have to teach them what is good, as well what is bad. So some examples, like in the New York Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai, what happened is that they've been scanning 700,000 patient files. And what's happened for the doctor every day, they are able to get some diagnosis of diseases, which is about 78 of them. And that helps them to decide what treatment should happen to the patient. In the Nordic country, there is a board where there is one member who is an AI tool. So sitting around the table and participating to advice and decision as well. So this is already in place. In EU, of course, we had to regulate it. And one of the things we did, which still I think is important but very hard to achieve, is the, the explanation for decision. How are we going to explain what an AI tool or an agent has decided? Because the algorithm becomes out of control as you don't control the data sometimes they're going to use. So that's an important parameter that I think with the EU we're going to be kind of the first figuring out how to do this. So this was the theme number 1, citizen AI. So let's move to the next theme.
Extended reality. The end of distance. Virtual and augmented reality technologies are removing the distance to people, information, and experiences, transforming the ways people live and work.
So extended reality, this is a bit what we are just using as we speak to present those themes to you. So who heard about Arthur C. Clarke? Of course, most of us, yeah, you did, right? You've been moving to, he's a science fiction futurist, and he's been writing this Space Odyssey 2001. That was in 1968, and we all saw that, I guess. But as well, before, in 1964, he did predict that we're going to do remote surgery from Innerburg to somewhere in New Zealand. And more or less that has happened. That was in 1964 already. But today, companies like Airbus, they are using AI with the glasses for the people who are putting the seats on the plane, the A380. And what happens is that this system helps them to know what they have to do. It helps them online while they are doing it. And as well, it helps them know to have less to go down and up and down, so it's better for the health. The outcome of it is very simple. 500% productivity gain. 500% productivity gain. And if you ask colleagues from Airbus, they will tell you that the error rate of plugging the seats moved from wherever it was to 0. So you could see that as tools, but this is huge productivity and value for company. So for us, we believe it's a absolutely revolutionary technology. And yesterday we heard about no more screen, no more keyboard. We're going to talk with systems. This is happening just now. That was extended reality. Let's move to the third theme.
Data veracity. The importance of trust. By transforming themselves to run on data, businesses have created a new kind of vulnerability. Inaccurate, manipulated, and biased data that leads to corrupted business insights and skewed decisions with a major impact on society.
So data veracity, this is the third theme. It's all about, we heard about the era of big data, we heard that yesterday, but what we strongly believe is that we're going to move from, the willingness to collect a lot of data every day, every morning, whatever it is that happened for the last 5 years, to more focus on the quality of the data itself. Because the worst that can happen is that you feed a system with the wrong data. So the quality is going to be more important, just like the water we drink. Would you going to trust the water someone gives you in a bottle? Or you would need to make kind of your own check. So sometimes we are not so sure when we travel or others. So if you look to some examples, for example, on the oil industry, when you want to attack a company like that, you may be able, or you may want to stop an oil rig. But worse that can happen is that you can feed with wrong data, so then the company will drill at the wrong place, which is hundreds of millions of dollars lost. And that happens, I would not say every day, but this is a clear risk for this type of company. Thomson Reuters, they developed an algorithm, and we heard in France with Macron, is announcing that, I think yesterday, about system to avoid fake news, which happened in some recent elections. As well, Elon Musk with the Dragon capsule, what he did is that he created 3 pairs of 6 computers, 3 pairs, and the aim of those computers within the capsule is just to check the data. And when 2 computers agree that the data are correct, then the process is launched. So more and more we're going to see that. It's all about checking the data, but as well more focusing on the quality, versus the quantity. So that was data veracity. Let's move to the fourth theme.
Frictionless business, built to partner at scale. Businesses depend on technology-based partnerships for growth, but their own legacy systems aren't designed to support partnerships at scale. To fully power the increasingly embedded enterprise, companies must first re-architect themselves.
Frictionless business, not an easy term, but I think I'm getting to it, understanding that it's all about partnering at scale. So companies do have their legacy system. Yes, it's a constraint. We heard from Pierre yesterday, transform the core, grow the core, and scale the new. And I think we have to overcome that problem with agility. So companies are doing it. It's all about developing microservices or API services, just like Nike and Amazon they are doing. If you look to some examples, Nike and Amazon, now you can buy the product within Instagram. A company in the US, US pharmacy Walgreens, they developed an ecosystem partnership with 275 partners. So meaning when you are on your app you run, then you're going to win points. That's going to be automatically transferred to your program. And then when you go to the shop, to the pharmacy, then you're going to use those points. So, and they were able to do that in few weeks, almost just few months, versus more than a year. So 275 partnership at scale. In blockchain, this is as well getting real as we speak. Do you know across the world how many people don't have any identity with passport, or how many you believe? You have a clue? 3 billion? Well, it's a bit less, 1. It's 1 billion, but still we have to help these people. So 1 billion people. And ID 2020, what we did with them is to develop a system that is collecting private and public data and providing a digital identity to some of these people using blockchain technology. So today, the theme of the week, or maybe the day as well in parallel, is Tech for Good. This is all Tech for Good. It's helping the planet or using technology to solve a planet or people issue across the world. So this was frictionless business, which is all about new partnership at scale. Let's look to the last trend.
Internet of Thinking. Creating intelligent, distributed systems. Businesses are making big bets on intelligent environments via robotics, AI, and immersive experiences. But to bring these intelligent environments to life, they must extend their infrastructures into the dynamic, real-world environments they want to reach.
Internet of Thinking. So we move from Internet of Things to Internet of Thinking. Why? Because now what we see is that the computing is happening within the device, edge computing, the way we call it. It's happening now. It's in every smart devices that we are currently deploying. We move from doing the digital customer enterprise and now the digital operation within the factory and the product. So we move from cloud first to cloud plus, in other way to look at it. As examples, you saw recently there was the Formula E race car from Virgin. And what they developed is that within the car, they have some computer that is not only collecting data, but as well producing processes within the car. And while the car is driving, it's adjusting by itself. Right? And this is most of the move we're going to see in technology is to move the computing to the edge versus some historical mainframe, server, cloud. Now it's going to be within the device. And a lot of engineers are going to have to shift their knowledge to be able to develop within devices. So those were the five trends. It's all about trust, we heard, which is extremely important, but as well, it's about the people. I didn't talk a lot about people. We talked about it yesterday. Pierre Nanterre mentioned it in Accenture, about all the challenge to transform people to adjust to the new jobs. It's not about losing jobs, it's about transforming people for those new tasks or new jobs. There is no reason to resist. But that's our responsibility because those new technologies are happening at scale, exponentially. We don't have time to digest them. So we really have to retrain all of our people to absorb them and be able to operate in the new. But let's recap the 5 trends before we wrap up.
Raising AI, developing data intelligence, creating modular, trust-based architectures, embracing extended reality, and balancing cloud with computing on the edge. This is how we drive revolutionary technologies to their full potential and nurture trusted and transparent relationships. This is how we unleash the power of the intelligent enterprise.
Intelligent Enterprise Unleashed. So this is the theme for the Tech Vision. As you can see, those 5 themes are extremely clear in the sense that they are happening now. It's all about the speed they're going to be deployed. And this has been worked out moving from historical way of presenting using extended reality technology. This way of presenting has been developed with Marco, who is here with us. Marco Tempest. You can even see him. He's here. And he's going to be as well upstairs, so we can obviously, after this story that I've been sharing with you, hopefully be able to spend some time together with Marco, myself, and yourself to hear about your story and build on it and see how do we see the vision and the future together. Thank you very much.